Welcome back to another exciting, effective living conversation. I am Coach Ricardo Miller, and let me tell you something. We are prepping for a celebration the entire month of July. Yep, we're day 8 into July, and I said, you know what, this weekend is a good weekend. I allowed 4th of July to be the weekend that just went on and let everybody do the fireworks for themselves. But now it's time for us to crank it up for effective living. We're celebrating 3 years, y'all. We're celebrating 3 years, and I'm excited. And with that said, you know what? I wanted to invite some friends who believe in the platform, who has been involved in the platform, who has supported the platform, and who has consistently watched the platform grow and move itself to what it is today. Today, I'm joined with none other than my kingdom sister, Melissa Velo. How are you doing?
I'm great, and congratulations on 3 years. That is so awesome. It seems like yesterday I was getting an invite and I was checking you out and listening to your stuff, and like this is cool stuff. And I mean, here we are 3 years later. It's unbelievable.
3 years later, yes, I remember you inquiring about the information that was being presented online. And we've done some things in writing a book. We've been doing webinars. We've been doing seminars. We've been doing, I mean, so many cool stuff. You know, you supported the book. Let's start to talk about the book for a moment. I'm going to put that up on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have this book, Effective Living. I tell it, it's not a book, it's a tool. What's your view on the book, Melissa?
Oh gosh, it breaks down every aspect of effective living and how to accomplish it. I mean, it's really good stuff. I mean, it gives you homework. It explains, you know, your why from the beginning to end. It's a phenomenal book. I encourage anybody who is just trying to live life more effectively, trying to grow in whatever state they're in, to get this book. I mean, the book is the deal. It's the real deal.
Thank you so much. Now, here's what's up, people. If you go to the website, you can get a copy of the book. Melissa, I remember you were one of the persons I reached out to because you got the book real early when it was released, and I said, "Could I get a picture? Can I get a picture?"
Yes, I even got a copy for my son. He read
Yep.
the book. He's
Yes.
enjoying it. He's 24 years old. You know, every age group can get something out of this book. So yeah.
You know, I'm so grateful for your support. When I wrote the book and then had my team help me to just edit and prep the book to be able to present it, we were thinking about this whole concept of helping people connect with all of what we call the 5S, which is the foundational position. What's your view on those? Faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. What's your view on those?
You know, one of my first memories is coming to you just as, you know, not even, you know, a leader in your group yet, which now
Yes.
you've asked me to do some talks. And
Yeah.
but at the time, you know, I remember asking you just kind of as a client, like, how do you manage all five of these at once? How do you do that? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, you gave me some strategic things to do, and it just broke it down. I mean, all five areas are completely important in living life effectively. You know, health and fitness is one of my passions. So,
Yeah.
you know, that's the one that I usually, you know, thrive to first. It's just the
Yeah.
one that I have passion about. Of course, my faith is
Yeah.
number one, but you
Yeah.
know, finance, gosh, we all could use help in that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's just every aspect of it is wonderful, and every aspect of it covers what people should be doing, you know,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
day.
You know, a few years ago, when I was working on the book and I started to think about the platform, a good friend of mine, Dominic Antonino, he was the one who says, "Man, you need to build your whole platform around your mantra, your life's principles." Because him and I have been friends now 20 plus years. And he said, "Man, you need to talk about what you do and live life as to how you walk out this stuff." Because he said, I've been watching how you do what you do." And so it was then the whole concept of, okay, if we talk about effective living, we're talking about faith, family, finance, fitness, and fun. And then I started to think, Melissa, should I invite more things into the five? And I started to realize, you know, if you really try to do anything out, it's like the five connects to everything.
They do.
What about career? Finances could be considered career.
That's
You know,
it.
your money comes from your career is the money factor, right? When we talk about, somebody said, what about health? Fitness is connected there. You know, somebody said, what about God? We're talking faith. What about friends? Friends are like family to a lot of people. You
Yes.
know,
Yes.
what's and you talked about that whole concept, but we're pushing for people to try to balance it all. What is your view when I talk about nobody really has all of them on lock, but there's always room for improvement?
Every day, like even in our effective living group, you know,
Yeah.
we have different subject matters every week that we dive into, and go deeper into what we can do to have fun. You know, some
Yeah.
people just don't know, you know,
Yes.
education
Yeah.
is out there, but a lot of people just don't know what to do and how
Yeah.
to start. So, you know, the fact that we have all five, we have subject matters, we have experts talking about, you know, what we can do. It's so helpful, and it's such a great reminder every day just to keep going. You know, even though you have the information, you have to apply the information. And I love that when you give us those reminders. So it's great stuff. And you always remind us to read the book again, go back and read it again. You know, there's nothing wrong with reading it again, because it has to stick at some point. It has to stick. So
with you talking about it having to stick, you know, I remember a few years back when I wanted to launch my first 5K. I remember the first 5K run walk, and we're having another one of those coming up again, ladies and gentlemen. But for our 5K, you guys, you came out. A lot of other church members and friends came out to support our 5K. The faith factor is strong in the platform. Family is strong in the platform. Finance is strong in the platform. You know, fun is strong in the platform. But today I want to dive in on this fitness side of things, health and fitness, because we have a workshop coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And those of you in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you need to know the Effective Living workshop is fast approaching. As a matter of fact, it's next week, Saturday, July 16th. And so we're talking about how to be healthier, wealthier, and happier. Now, Melissa, when you think about that whole subject and being one who has been disciplined over the years when it comes to fitness, health and fitness, let's talk about that for a moment. What got you on your health regimen or fitness regimen? Because I mean, you do your thing. You are participating, I think, in a 5K that's coming up tomorrow. Tell us about your health and fitness journey. What that was about.
And actually, I just came back from the gym, so you know, you caught me at a bad time. Got my hair up and everything.
Nice.
But I had to get it in, right? It's all part of that discipline. It's all part of, you know, making it a priority. You know, my health and fitness journey, I've always had a passion for it. I've never been, you know, obese or anything like that. I've never had this great story where I've lost a lot of weight. You know, but interestingly enough, I didn't get into serious hardcore you know, workouts until my mid-40s. You know, growing up, I was a cheerleader, I was in dance, you know, I did that type of thing, wasn't considered an athlete. I always walked for fitness. That's pretty much what I did. The diet, you know, as we get older, you know, it gets harder to lose weight. So I really started digging into nutrition and health. And I mean, I grew up in Louisiana. We like good soul food. You know, I'm sorry, but you know, I grew up on not so much healthy things, but you know, you learn, you educate yourself, and I just really started getting a passion for it and studying about it. And mid 40s, I got invited to a Camp Gladiator. They were on week 4, which is their hardest week. So they have cycles where they go into, you know, 4 weeks of fitness. Basically, first week is endurance, then they have strength and agility, then they have a hit week, and then the 4th week is peak week, which is their hardest week. They're pushing tires, they're doing like CrossFit type of stuff. I was invited, and I came out on week 4, and I guess I impressed the trainer. He was like, "Man, this is your first time. You're doing really good," and it kind of gave me a boost of confidence. They had a special where they did a month for $8. They were celebrating their 8th year of fitness, and so I went out, joined, and I really have been with them ever since. I feel accomplished. I feel, you know, I love the community of friends that support you. I love having a trainer tell me what to do, because I'm kind of lazy when it comes to that in the gym. I don't want to like make up my own routines, but just getting stronger. And then through that, started entering races, did a Spartan race that, you know, is an obstacle course race that is pretty freaking, you know, awesome. And I kind of was like, considered myself a bad girl after that. Like I'm an athlete now. I mean, I've done the Spartan. Right. You know, I started doing 5Ks. I entered CG Games, which is another big obstacle thing that they do every year in CG. And it's not easy, but it gave me such a boost of confidence that, you know what, I can do anything I really put my mind to. And you know, I don't have to be an athlete. I didn't have to be like that way growing up. You know, anybody can grow their muscles. Anybody can get stronger. Anybody can learn about health and nutrition. And, you know, the more I've studied and the more I've learned, there's so many things that people just don't understand about their diet, and how diet is medicine, and
Yeah.
how every single thing we're putting in our bodies every day is, either helping us or hurting us.
Yeah. Wow.
It's driving our health.
Yeah.
There's so much diabetes, there's so much inflammation, there's so many diseases caused by exactly what we're putting in our mouth every day. And that just fascinates me. So I have a real passion for it. I could keep going, but I hope that if anybody's listening, that they come out to the class, so I can share and get really, in depth about what I want to talk about on Saturday.
Excellent. Let's talk about this for a few minutes. That discipline factor. That discipline. A lot of people say, Melissa, I'm not disciplined. I'm just, and it's like, most people think saying I'm not disciplined means they cannot become disciplined.
Right.
When the truth is, yes, you may not be disciplined, but that don't mean you can't become disciplined. Somebody, I heard you mention, and you said, well, hey, sometimes I'm just lazy, so I need that coach to assist. And so somebody said, well, I'm too lazy to go to the gym. There is a way to break that and get results that you want. Talk about that, because somewhere along the line, you have to make up your mind that, even on the days I don't feel like it, obviously you've been doing it.
That's so key what you just said. There's motivation and there's discipline. Two different things. Motivation comes and goes. I get pumped. There's days I get pumped. There's weeks that I'm pumped and I'm motivated, and I'm writing my schedule, and I'm doing it. And there's days I literally don't feel like getting off the couch, but that discipline is there. My why is there. So I think, even in your book, it starts out with, figuring out your why, figuring out your why. And I want to be healthy for my grandkids. I want to be able to play with them. I want to be healthy for my family, my son. I want to encourage others. I want a certain body. There's a certain size that I refuse to go past. And, you can look at it as vanity or however you want to look at it, but we all have that comfort level. And if I get past a certain level, I'm not going to be happy with myself. So really it's about happiness. It's about being happy within my own body. And, once you get older, like I said, especially women, we tend to, it's harder. So you have to even work harder. And then that discipline just comes because, if you're going to get results, you have to do it. And then literally every time that you don't feel like it, but you push yourself anyway, that's the growth. That's where you grow. That's where you feel better. You never regret it. You never say, I wish I wouldn't have done that. You always feel super on top of it after you do it. So it's just about pushing yourself. Our minds really is what stops us. Our bodies can go do amazing, amazing things. It's our minds that stop us.
Wow. It is our mind that stops us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking with Melissa Bilo, and we're talking about effective living, celebrating 3 years. This is our 3rd year in existence. In addition, we're preparing for our upcoming workshop that's going to be in Rockwell. It's going to be a nice workshop. It's not a big workshop, but it's a nice workshop. Because we're going to be dealing with health, we're going to be dealing with wealth, and we're going to be dealing with happiness. Now, Melissa, you mentioned about that mindset and that discipline that a person must have. Over the years, you've seen people become aware of what they should do, but they don't do it. And so it almost is like they wait until they're on the porch of regret. It's like, oh my goodness, guess what happened? And it's like, you can prevent a lot of things, right? Talk about that just for a moment. The whole concept of maybe the why may be connected to preventing, because for me, that's a big one. My why is a lot around what I call trying to beat the unreversibles. The unreversibles are, once you go to that doctor's office, they say it is what it is. You're not going to have to live with this.
Right.
And if it could be beaten, or if I could prevent it, I want to prevent it. So talk about that whole concept of knowing better and then deciding to really live at a higher level of, maybe you may not be perfect every day, but at least you're trying to move towards, I know the truth. I'm going to have to try to do what I know.
Well, I think, people give up too soon. You talk about it a lot in the morning, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. People get so caught up in that, and it really becomes a roller coaster. So you have to break that at some point. You have to keep going. And when you see that growth, and when you see that when I'm consistent and I don't stop, that's when I see a breakthrough. I think that just pushes you to a higher level. So it's all about keeping on going and not giving up. That's what pushes me, realizing that when I give up, I don't get results. It's that old saying, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to end up with the same results. You have to realize at some point that you have to make a change in order to grow.
Wow. Before we go, Melissa, let's talk about a little bit about that whole health side. We talked a little bit about fitness, but the health side on just give people a couple of reminders of some do nots. We got people around the world that will be watching these lives, and a lot of people, it's like they stop remembering the fact that, boy, you need to stay away from this as much as possible. Right. What would be some of those things that you just sort of like, hey guys, monitor, pay attention to, or stay away from? Talk to us a little bit about some of that stuff.
Absolutely. 5 of my main topics on Saturday will be diet and nutrition. It will be exercise, hydration, sleep, and controlling stress. Those are kind of our 5 top things. Basically, if we take care of those things, we'll be healthy. As far as things to stay away from, what's killing us as a society and why we're obese is definitely going to be your fructose, your sugar. A lot of people have such a misunderstanding about carbs and sugar, and we're going to dig really deep into that. I know you've kind of been doing the keto thing, and you've kind of cut out your carbs, and it's great. And we have so many, people that are just so dogmatic about what they believe in, what diet is best. It's, it's vegan, it's keto. It doesn't have to be one thing.
Right.
We really just need to start eating what God put on the earth for us, and we need to cut out the processed stuff that's been added. If you think about back in the 70s, they really weren't counting carbs or doing things like that, but they were healthy. And how was that? It's because they didn't have so much food available to them like we do now. I mean, we have food at our beck and call. Every meeting, every we have delivery. We could get anything we want as a society now, and that's why we've become so obese and so sick as a society. It's because the processed foods that they're making a killing on us. The food industry really has hijacked us, and really is it's making a killing on us, but it's killing us at the same time. So I would say sugar is number 1. Processed food is number 2. And when you think about vegans, there's nothing wrong with that because you're getting your vegetables, but where are you getting your protein? I think that people are lacking a lot of protein. And if you're vegan and can get that protein in another source, great. But our bodies need protein. It's the building muscle, building what you learn in school, the source of muscle for us. And so if you don't get enough protein, you're not going to be able to keep doing those workouts. So more protein, less sugar, more healthy fats is definitely the 3 things I would recommend.
Nice. Melissa Bilo, ladies and gentlemen, will be joining us at the upcoming Effective Living Workshop. It's going to be on Saturday, July 16th in Rockwell. Listen, guys, go to the website, register today. We want you to be a part of this. It's all about how to be healthier, wealthier, and happier. Now, here's the deal. You can take control of a lot of things. A lot of people, Melissa, as we close out, don't realize how much control they really do have, and they leave themselves just loosely being governed by whatever shows up. In closing, what would you say to those who are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area about, one, committing themselves to doing better in regards to their health, and two, making themselves available for training opportunities like what's coming up on next week Saturday?
Absolutely. I mean, getting a coach to get started is, if you need that, it's so important. Like, you need that guidance. Just planning, you talk about planning to fail, failing to plan, all that every day. It's cliche, but it's so true. And at the end of all of my main topics, I'll talk about planning and consistency in each and every one of them, because it's so important. You have to plan. You have to know what you're going to do, plan tomorrow, today, in order to be successful. And like you said, people that just wait for the day to come and think that it's going to work, it's normally it's not. That's why so many people, I think, are stagnant in life and aren't growing like they want to, because they don't have a plan, they don't have a vision. So
get it right, ladies and gentlemen. Get it right. Hey, listen, once you discover the truth, you have to make a commitment now to apply the truth that you've discovered. And Melissa, in closing, I've come to accept this as a truth, and that is, God gives us a chance. You look back over your life in almost any area that you will ever consider regretful, you'll almost think, I had a chance to, but I ignored it, right? And I'm telling people at this particular stage in my life, I don't want to ignore truth that can benefit me a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I don't want to keep ignoring the opportunities that are being presented to me. And so if you're watching and you can, show up, do what you can when you can, and put the rest in the hands of God.
And hey, God sends us people to help us, right?
He sure does.
He sends us people. You pray, God, help me. He's not probably likely going to come down and do something himself. He's going to send you people. So thanks to you, and congratulations again on your 3 years. You're killing it. I love being a part of this group. It's really changed my life and kept me going. I already had that in me. I had that passion in me, but you have to have leadership. You have to have guidance. You have to be surrounded by like-minded people. So thank you. And thank you for having me on.
Thank you for being a part of today's talk. Thank you for being a part of the upcoming workshop that's on next week Saturday. And thank you for believing in the platform to be such an integral part of the seasons of development for the platform, and allowing yourself to grow and develop through it. And so thank you, Melissa. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You too, Coach.
All right.